Welcome to another episode of Brain Blast Battle. Today, we explore a case that challenges our understanding of morality and the human psyche. India once witnessed a serial killer who looked innocent, who was barely 8 years old while committing the murders. But behind the mask of innocence, there was a sadist who knew neither pain nor suffering. The boy who is known as the youngest serial killer in the world, Amarjeet Sada. The world was not only shaken by the heinous nature of his crimes, but also by his age. How could a person so young engage in such acts? What were the factors that contributed to this behavior? In 2007, a series of disturbing phone calls inundated the Bhagavampur police station in a small village in Bihar, India. No one could have predicted that this information would cause fear around the globe. In the midst of the chaos, the villagers successfully captured a serial killer, prompting a swift response from the police. Upon reaching the scene, they were met with a sight that surpassed their worst nightmares. An 8-year-old boy, unafraid, with eyes that seemed to see into their very souls. Thus began the tale of Amarjeet Sada, the youngest known serial killer in the world. Amarjeet Sada, hailing from Bihar, was an ordinary boy. He was born in 1998 in the village of Mushahar and grew up in a poverty-stricken family. It is said that he had a typical childhood, similar to those around him. However, there are reports suggesting that he may have suffered abuse during his early years, which potentially contributed to the development of his psychopathic and sadistic tendencies. Nevertheless, he generally appeared to be a reserved and quiet child, engaging in activities such as playing with small objects, climbing trees, and exploring the village, just like any other child of his age. The tragic incident involving Amarjeet's first kill occurred when he was merely 7 years old. At that time, his family was already facing financial hardships, exacerbated by the arrival of a newborn baby girl. Amarjeet's aunt, who had recently secured a job in the city, entrusted her 6-month-old child to their care until she settled into her new career. Little did they know that this decision would prove to be a fatal mistake. A few days after his aunt's departure, Amarjeet's mother had to run an errand to the local market, leaving him responsible for looking after his cousin and younger sister. Shockingly, instead of fulfilling this duty with care, Amarjeet resorted to pinching and slapping the innocent baby. His actions escalated to a horrifying extent when he placed his hands around the infant's throat, depriving it of breath and ultimately causing its untimely demise. In an attempt to conceal his heinous act, Amarjeet buried the lifeless body. When Amarjeet eventually confessed his crime to his mother, she was understandably shocked. His father, in response, resorted to physical punishment. However, despite the severity of the situation, they chose not to involve the authorities and instead implored the aunt to forgive Amarjeet. Remarkably, for reasons unknown, she agreed to keep the incident a secret. Amarjeet committed his second crime one afternoon while his parents were asleep. He strangled his sister to death and callously placed her body back on her bed before resuming playing with his toy car. When his mother discovered the lifeless baby while trying to feed her, she immediately suspected Amarjeet. True to her intuition, Amarjeet admitted to the heinous act. This time, the neighbors learned of the crime. Yet his family chose once more not to involve the authorities. Amarjeet, the last victim, was not destined to have luck on his side for the third time. According to reports, in 2007, he allegedly took the life of a 6-month-old baby girl named Khushbu. The mother had left her daughter sleeping at a primary school, only to discover that the baby was missing upon her return, to everyone's dismay. A few hours later, Amarjeet supposedly confessed to strangling the infant, striking her with a brick, and subsequently guiding villagers to the location where he had buried her. At just 8 years old, Amarjeet displayed an astonishing level of composure when he was summoned to the police station for the first time. Unlike the other boys in the village, he showed no fear towards the uniformed police officers. When questioned about the murder of Khushbu, Amarjeet calmly responded, "If you give me a packet of biscuits, I will reveal the truth." This unexpected reply left the officers stunned, leading them to provide him with 2 packets of biscuits. Without any hint of remorse, Amarjeet guided them to the location behind the primary school where he had left Khushbu's lifeless body. In a composed manner, He proceeded to recount his previous acts of violence, just as he had done with his 2 previous victims. The tale takes an ironic turn with Amarjeet's story. Being a minor at the time of the murder, he was sent to a juvenile home and resided in seclusion. Medical professionals diagnosed him as a sadist who found pleasure in causing harm to others. It was revealed that he had conduct disorder, a condition characterized by antisocial behavior, including violent acts. Upon turning 18 in 2016, Amarjeet re-emerged with a new identity. His current whereabouts, activities, and true identity remain unknown. He could be living among us incognito, or he may no longer be alive. Let us hope that the juvenile home was successful in guiding him towards a better path. All we can do is hope. What can we learn from Amarjeet's case? How can society prevent such tragedies in the future? Join the discussion in the comments below. Thank you for watching Brain Blast Battle. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more thought-provoking content. Your support means the world to us and fuels our quest for knowledge. See you in the next battle of the brains.